Please subscribe to this channel for more videos related to thought-provoking topics. The single most necessary thing we can possibly do to save our civilization at all times and all places and in all cultures, whether they are good or evil, religious or irreligious, ancient or modern, is to have children. If you don't have children, your civilization will cease to exist. Before you can be good or evil, religious or irreligious, you must exist. Having children is the most heroic thing we can do because nothing changes your life more than having children. Martyrdom is easy. It's over quickly. Children are never over. Never. Children are the masters. Parents are the servants. The parents' life, their time, their lifetime, their money, their attention, everything changes and orbits like a planet around the sun of their children's needs. Having children is the single most generous, charitable, loving, unselfish, sanely Christian act that a society can perform for itself. Having children is the act of self-giving, and the first thing that parents give is the first thing the parents have: existence. It is very obvious but easily forgotten that no subsequent gifts, love, education, support, attention can be given if that first gift, existence, is denied, or if that gift is taken away after it is given by murdering the children that already exist. 1/3 of all children conceived in America and Canada are aborted. Today you hear many people in our civilization, the one that used to be called Christendom and is now called simply modern Western civilization, and whose most accurate name theologically is apostate Christendom, give an astonishing explanation or reason to justify not having children or killing the children they already have. You hear this especially from men who cannot feel the child inside the womb and who can relate to the child as a real entity only after and if he is born. The explanation is that I wouldn't want to bring children into a world like this. It's an irresponsible act to bring children into this world. What do they mean by that? They can mean only two possible things: that the world is bad for children either materially or spiritually. The primary concerns of people who say this are almost always not spiritual but material. When you ask them what's wrong with the world, they never say there's not enough religion. They say there is not enough peace, prosperity, security, comfort, health care, or environmental responsibility. In other words, not enough human control over nature and human nature. They do not think that the new Baconian summum bonum, or man's conquest of nature, is overdone. They think it is underdone. Summum bonum is a Latin expression meaning the highest or ultimate good, which was introduced by the Roman philosopher Cicero to denote the fundamental principle on which some system of ethics is based, that is, the aim of actions which, if consistently pursued, will lead to the best possible life. To see how blatantly hypocritical this reasoning is, in other words, to see that those who say this are literally lying, at least to themselves, just look at the facts. Of all civilization in the history of the world, our modern Western civilization, Europe and North America, is the very best civilization ever into which to bring children by those very materialistic standards that the people who give this excuse are using. There is still much war and violence in the world, but not nearly as much of it here in America as there is in most of the rest of the world. Americans and Europeans hesitate to visit the Middle East or Latin America or even China because of the violence and danger and repression there. But citizens of these countries do not hesitate to visit America for that reason. Millions of refugees seek to immigrate to Europe or America. Almost no one wants to emigrate out of Europe or America. Not one politician in Mexico, Palestine, Syria or China is arguing for border fences to stop the immigrants from entering. America suffered great and terrible losses in 6 wars: the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, 2 World Wars, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. Since then, the casualty has been far, far less. America also suffered a Great Depression and a great crime wave during the Great Depression. That is the horrible world into which people refuse to bring their children. Our recent recessions was mild and short, and our current crime wave, by the standards of the past, is mild and getting milder. It looks like nothing short of Brave New World will do for them, where the control is total and the pain is non-existent. But in the Brave New World, children are manufactured, and there are no parents or families. So that is the logic of the secularists, the children of the Enlightenment, the people who think the world is too religious. What about the religious people? What is their take on our world? They judge the world as bad, but for the opposite reason. There is not enough religion. There is too much materialism. They say that the modern world is not better than the medieval world, but worse, even though it is materially richer, because it is spiritually poorer, because it has lost God. They say that God counts more than refrigerators, contraceptives, airplanes, and even Viagra. And yet, these are the people who never say they do not want to bring children into this terrible world. They say and do the exact opposite. They have children. They sacrifice themselves. They lay down their lives, literally in sexual intercourse, not just for pleasure. Of course, that's a given, a universal, but also for children, for others. They do not complain about there being too many others. They think there are not enough others, so they create more of them. And by all scientific data, These people, religious people and people who have children, are the happiest. Just to mention the two most obvious criteria of happiness. They live the longest and they commit suicide the least. So who are the enlightened ones? Who are the ones who are standing in the light, who are telling the truth about their society and about themselves? And who will survive and who will not? Who can sing, "The future belongs to us"? So I wish we would start fighting our culture war with joy and confidence, for we wield the one weapon that will infallibly win the future: children. Please go to YouTube Retirement Mentality channel, playlist, Apologetics for the complete series of these materials.